Yo, what's up, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches? It's Greenman. I'm never doing that again. So, we're back with Brothers in Arms, Earned in Blood, where we continue playing as Red. Heartsock. Issue. Apparently, I can't change the audio. When we go to options and then audio, there's no option to turn down the option like there is in Road to Hell 30. So I can't turn it down aside from just turning down my computer or screaming. So I'm going to try and talk a bit louder. Hey, the BAR. Finally get it? Hey, Baker.
I didn't see any of the guys again until later that evening.
Oh, yeah.
We linked back up with the last of 2nd Squad. Corporal Doyle was still looking for men from his unit.
Loser.
From the 82nd?
Kidding.
A long way from his objective in St. Savor.
Yes, sir. Well, I was a long way from Carentan. Sir.
This was just after you, Sergeant Baker, Private Allen, and Private Garnett.
Allen and Garnett!
An entire platoon in Foukerville?
Allen and Garnett.
You must have been pretty tired by then.
I don't remember the last time I wasn't, sir.
No.
Sounds like you boys had quite a crowd for this mission.
Yeah.
Hey, Baker. Whoa.
Those hat tracks were pulling 88s into town. We don't actually know where they're going, so we had to split up and pinch them between us. Red, you had to lead a patrol. Corian and DeSola, you
Wait,
with
what?
me. Great. Not now, Sam.
Yeah, not now, Sam.
You get to babysit these two.
Oh, shit.
Asshole. Your mouth is too big. Every goddamn day I say it. Your mouth is too big.
Yeah.
You could fit a bass in
Red,
there.
just remember all the stuff we went over. Put fire on them before you make your move. Fix something, flank them. That's the key. No one dies today.
Yeah, that's all good.
Well, that's good news then.
Who is everyone?
Oh shit, I did it
Mass
again.
patrol
didn't
is
I?
coming in from the other side of town.
Mac.
We'll all meet back together after it's done.
But-
We've got work to do.
Okay, but who are all of them? Because there's a corporal over there. Who's that? Baker. Who? Corny. Who are you guys? Who are half of them? Who? Hey, we need to talk. Yeah, we get basic fire. You probably, I hope you've seen Hill 30, so I hope you understand. We gotta talk about this. Okay. Who were with them? Because, okay. We gotta get, okay. First off, the extra people, I believe it's Campbell, Page, and Oblisky, the people we met last time. You remember at the last of the episode at the very end? Second, I believe... okay, Corin and DeSola are here, but we don't have our BAR yet. AKA, we haven't met George yet. AKA, we should not be with Corian and DeSola. So that means Baker and Red met Corian and DeSola, and then split it up to go find George. And then, after George's death, we found Corian and DeSola again. Makes no sense. Yeah.
You were with Sarge when he died?
Cover! Fire the hole!
That happened.
I wasn't with him, really. Just sort of found him.
So, why a bass?
I don't know. I panicked. I needed something really big to make my point.
I stuck one of those donuts from Fort Bragg mess hall in my mouth once.
Wait, what?
Whole
I
thing.
mean those rocks they called donuts.
Yeah, I know. I almost choked to death on it. DeSola still owes me $6 for that.
Speaking of which, why is he here? Tell me!
It really wasn't that big of a donut. Really. No bigger than my fist, and I've shoved that in my mouth loads of times. You have a thing for sneaking up on me. Do I have something on my face? Need
Know anywhere I
something?
can get a beer?
I'll
What?
be ready.
Okay. Sadly, we can't see Baker's team. Very sad. But, Paddock, DeSola, Fryer, them from before. But, we got Allen and Garnett! Good to see you two again.
Paddock! Garnett! You heard him? Let's go! Fall in.
Oh, that's interesting.
Move there! Alright, squad, get over here!
Garnett's the hello. This is editing green. During this recording, apparently the microphone went out halfway through. So I'll be voicing over this rest of that. I was basically saying Alan and Garnett are on the top. So I'm sure you'll see here. Alan and Garnett are at the top, meaning that Red will say Garnett, same with Paddock. And if Paddock died, Doyle would be in charge. The name that Red says and like who's like, let's go. That kind of stuff. And same with Alan and Garnett. But yeah, no, I'm just going to be giving voiceover. You don't actually spawn with a secondary weapon yet. So that's kind of... So if you don't see me point out a secondary weapon, that's why. So we got to move, avoid, whatever. But yeah, no. But we have Alan and Garnett. That's cool. Very cool. It would be kind of cool if they were both alive than if Red just said Alan and Garnett. But, meh. No big deal. I believe that's an MG over there. That's why I'm ignoring it. Anyways, because we only have 2 base of fire team, Alan and Garnett, it kind of still says, like, hey, we should be, like, have Red be base of fire because, duh. Like, you only have 2 base of fires, so you want to have Red as the base of fire because, yeah, sorry, Paddock. Yeah. But yeah. Sorry, I'm sorry. This is kind of weird just watching it with you. I'm like you guys. Yeah. So yeah, you'll see me try and have Alan and Garnett give cover. I actually use Alan and Garnett to attack every once in a while, mainly because, well, first off, Doyle and Fryer have what are they called? Carbines, and carbines ain't too bad at it, and even SMGs aren't horrible at base fire. So there's 2 infantry over there, 2 guys over there, and then you're gonna move 3 guys over there, I believe, on an MG. So that's why I'm kind of avoiding that area. But yeah. Yeah, the carbine, I know I said, is often a bad weapon for base of fire, but it's not as bad as I said it is. It's not exactly good, especially for AI. Especially, the main problem with Red was the fact that it was just him, and it was just a carbine. With other guys, multiple carbines, and especially with like a BAR, for example. That's annoying. Whenever the fact because the frickin' one to attack enemies. So okay, sorry. Original thought. Carbine. Not a horrible weapon for base of fire, especially in the player's hand. Well, the reason he got hit, and the reason I accidentally had told Alan and Garnett to charge was because in this game, you just put the move key over the attack, and it has them attack them. Yeah, Paddock's already not doing too good. I feel so bad for Paddock. He cannot get a break. Point is, you have, it's the same key, so if you're like a little bit down on the order, they'll be told to move there, not just do it, you know. So that's fun. Actually, we're also not hearing gameplay audio. That's fucking perfect. And yeah, you'll be able to hear me. But yeah, but you know, often you can actually have the assault team give base of fire where they are because they'll be closer, and often having assault team closer can give better base of fire than an base of fire team in the back. In the very least, you can use them to get the bait. I use here to have Alan and Garnett get closer so their shots more accurate, they're hitting more shots, able to hit the bad guys, you know, that stuff. Yeah. Yeah. One really annoying thing is the fact that, first off, they'll move even if they're in base of fire. Which feels a little weird. Because, like, if you're getting base to fired, I guess, is the way I've been putting it, you should not be moving. At least in my opinion, because you're under base of fire. But then also the fact that they can often hit teammates even if you are having them under base of fire, which is really annoying. Because, like, what are you supposed to do? You know? Anyways, so I plan to have Allen and Garnett assault them, like flank, but then I realized that they're actually in a pretty good base fire position, so I can have Paddock's team flank. And they just threw a grenade. So that was good. Very good. Poor Doyle. I'm so sorry, Doyle. Yeah. Thank God for the ammo mechanic, because the carbine only has 4 mags. Oof. Here again, MP40. The MP40 is a surprisingly good assault weapon. The Kark is a good sniping tool. But unless it has a scope, guns are not good at sniping in this game. So that kind of puts my thoughts on that. I don't know what else to say. But yeah. A lot of bad guys here. Poor Paddock. Yeah. That was extremely lucky that we managed to kill them on the move, those guys, because then we were able to, you know. Probably won't have too many edits here because I am kind of burnt out with this video. Oh, poor Fryer. Or, you know. Yeah. I will continue the joke. I'm going to edit it right after this recording, so I can't say whether or not I do the joke. I am sorry if I don't, but give me a break. This video's already making me go bananas. This recording garbage, but yeah. Throw a grenade there. I was trying to just kill them because I did not like how there was no flank option. I know there's the one I take, but the reason I took it is because it's not great. Man, no, the MP40 is really good. Really, really good. Because it acts as like base of fire almost. You know, that's an MG. That's why it's not doing too good. But it can melt. It's like a mini MG. But it can kill. So it is just like a mini MG. Yeah. But yeah, no, I generally try and stick with like carbine, the weapons I get at the start, cause, duh. You know. Thankfully, my microphone seems to be working for now, so hopefully this won't become an issue in the future. I don't know why it chose to give out on me like that. It's weird. I am eyeballing the microphone button to make sure it doesn't go out. But yeah. But yeah. Plan's pretty simple. I have the base fire, the Paddock's team. Move over here, get them to that cover. One issue with having the assault team being 3 people is that the cover is often 2, like, you know, some barrels or something. But then it's yeah. You know, with 3 here I'm trying to kill them by going on the wagon, but I can't. But I don't want to get killed by the MG, because I think not wanting to get killed by the MG is a reasonable request, don't you think? I apparently just blew that up right there, so this time I throw it over the wall, hence by them grayed out, and I think it killed them. Could be wrong though. Paddock though, look at this. Look at Paddock. He's low, but that's Paddock. See, that's Paddock just right out there with the orange health. Just sitting out there. I really like Paddock, I do, but man is he annoying. And dumb. Much like me. Oh crap, I went to the yellow health. That ain't good. But yeah, I go on the MG. I kind of wish you could have teammates go on the MG. You know? That'd be kind of cool. This time, because Paddock is next to death, I actually have him, or at least try to have him be the base of fire here. So I take a look, I see that little fence on the right that I have Allen and Garnett go to. I guess I could just say Garnett because, like, the whole leader system I made. Speaking of which, sorry, Garnett. But, no, it's Allen and Garnett. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, put them under base fire. Yeah, no, I just kinda, yeah. I don't know if it's just me, but the enemy seems to be a lot more aggressive in this game. Like, they move around a lot more in order to avoid getting flanked. Which you could argue is a good thing. Fair enough. There's an example of me, sorry, but, grenade. Good work, assault team, but, sorry, Garnett. Point is, but you know, I always felt like if they were under fire, they would not risk moving, but they often do, which is kind of annoying. Like here, see how they move to try and not get flanked? Makes sense, I guess, but still, it's really annoying. But yeah, that was an example of me trying to use Allen and Garnett as the assault team. Now, aside from Doyle and Allen, everyone's in the yellow. Or, in Paddock's case, much worse. Yeah. But yeah. One thing I am worried about is you guys are gonna find it kind of boring just watching me, like, be base of fire. Because assault, at least I'm, like, moving around. Base fire, I just sit behind cover and fire. Oh, some lag there. Oh god, that was not good. Something else is the program I use makes it look worse on my end, so this is all looking probably way worse. I thought that was cover. So I'm trying to move them up. Paddock's team's keeping them on cover, but Allen and Garnett I feel real bad for because they're kind of just stuck in the open. One thing I forgot to mention is Allen and Garnett are actually the first guys to have a grand in this game, I believe. Aside from, like, maybe, if you want to consider, like, at least the people read commands. Think about it. Yeah, no, usually, it was always just carbines and then Paddock's, grease gun. And then Red had a carbine. But yeah, no, change that. MG's a nightmare. But yeah, two guys there. You know. I think he just when I realized I was low on ammo. Wouldn't surprise me if not. Oof. Here's an example of how the base of fire team, or the assault team, pretty soon at least. Got some ammo. I think it's once we take that. Okay, I just got hit. Or past Red just got hit. Here's another example of me using Allen and Garnett as the assault team, even though Paddock, I get it, but Paddock's next to death. Speaking of next to death, sorry Allen. Yeah, no. It's funny because whenever you tell them to target, it's always kind of assumed that it's the last grenade. It's always assumed that you want to assault. Anyways, here's an example. Doyle is not able to fire because Paddock and Fryer are in the way. So, in this example, I have them move. I try and give base of fire so that the MG doesn't come online. But this way they're all able to fire because there's more cover. Then I can move Allen and Garnett to that cover where it's like a bit safer because big metal sheet of wall and hay. Either way they move, take cover, but now they're both able to shoot. Everyone's able to shoot, not just Allen and Garnett, so to say. Or sorry, not just Paddock and Fryer. Sorry. I'm super tired at the moment. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Here, I decided to have Allen and Garnett go back to being the assault team, because that's smart. It actually is, because Garnett's doing okay, and Allen's doing great. Doyle's doing good, but Fryer's hurt, and then you have the, Paddock. I mean, again, like, you can have the team switch it up. I usually try and keep it where base fires, and assault attacks, but, here we go. Red, over here! I'll do voiceover since the game's mute. This area's pretty hot. Corian went inside but never came out. He's still alive! It's Corian! Fair enough, but there are Germans all over the damn convoy. Red, we lay down fire from here, get inside the farmhouse, and get Corian out. Flank the trucks. Got it? Go. I know my version wasn't great. Doyle and DeSola and Baker actually do a really good job at base fire there. But yeah, no, I know my wasn't great. You have subtitles because it was awful, but I am sorry for that, but yeah, I'm doing my best here. It's not my fault. Arguably is. I'm sorry. Something else I notice is often there's like two groups you have to give base of fire to, which seems, oh no, what are you gonna do? But then keep forgetting Red's a base of fire. Like here, I keep firing on him while they move. Good work, Green. You're really smart. Yeah. Ugh, Paddock got bloody. That ain't good. Anyways, those guys are fucked. Ooh, oh, Paddock is not doing good. Paddock is not doing good. I do want to say, and I am sorry, I probably won't be doing too many. I might have said this already. I'm not going to be doing that many edits for this, because I'm tired. Anyways, Allen and Garnett kept those two busy. The Germans. Well, Paddock. Flanks. Oh, crap. Allen and Garnett just killed them. Anyways. Say hi to Corian. I don't know how you breathe down there. You. I was checking out the... Hold on. Fuck. Sorry for that. Ignore that. Hold on. I was checking out the farmhouse when the truck pulled up, shot a couple and ran. I jumped into this shit and covered up. I just jumped into the shit and covered up. I thought I was dead for sure. Well, you certainly look like shit. I should get back to Baker. Help you guys push... Fuck. Thanks, Rhett. You can read. I'm sorry. You can pause and read. Corian's going back to Baker. And we see Baker, DeSola, and Corian. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah. I know my remakes aren't that good. Give me a break. I read what I can, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to read that fast. But yeah, you see how those guys just run? Thankfully, most of them, Allen and Garnett can just snipe them, it appears. But still, worrying. Yep, I check on ammo. Yep. It's Mac. Looks like everyone in town got flushed out of the field. Just keep moving. Yeah, no, I don't know what else to say. So yeah, Mac's back. Mac admittedly doesn't really appear that much, especially later on, because Baker kind of takes Mac's role of the guy in command who you follow. There's a part where Red kind of splits off from Baker, where it is like that's where sorry, there's a part where there's mortar teams. They're back. Yeah, they're looking good. Yeah, no, so they're mortar teams, which we will talk about later because they are ridiculous. But they gave Fryer and Paddock the boo boo. Big boo boo. Yeah. So that's why I'm having Allen and Garnett assault, because a tickle would kill Fryer by this point. The two red dots, and now red's in the orange. The two red dots circle enemies are the mortar crews and an MG. So that's fun. But yeah, I moved them up. Alan is still kicking it. I don't know what Alan is eating. Well, apparently he eats rock. That's the MG truck. Apparently he eats rocks filled with donuts. But yeah. Yeah. So I was kind of like up against the mic. I'm super exhausted, if I'm honest. Oh, so much for me saying Alan was doing good. He still is. Especially better than a certain Paddock and Fryer, but still. I think here I try and... Nope, never mind. I use the Allen and Garnett, which makes sense, seeing as they have the help of a cheesy roll-up. Oh, that's the mortar team. Sorry, Paddock and Fryer. Okay, look at that. Okay, I'm going to actually rewind it a bit. Look at what happens here. Ready? Hold on. Okay, mortar teams like here. Watch what happens. They're like there. Watch what happens. They blew themselves up. I don't know what happened. They blew themselves up. I don't know why. I don't know why they're that dumb. That, I don't know. I just know that is incredibly stupid of them. Why would they blow themselves up? I don't know what happened. Maybe they had like a suicide area? Or if you get close enough, they commit seppuku of explosives? I don't know what happened. I don't know why they blew themselves up, but they did. They blew themselves up. I don't know why. And here I'm just in disbelief that they blew themselves up. Everyone's in the yellow except for Red, who's doing worse. Or is dead. Sorry, Paddock and Fryer. You do get a reward for keeping everyone alive, which is nice, but here I'm just ranting about them committing suicide here. But, yeah, no, I'm just... But yeah, okay. You do get a reward if everyone lives, but, Paddock seems determined that we never get it. The reason I blame him is for stupid stuff like what he did with the MG truck, how he just stood in the middle of the road earlier. I should probably, I don't know. At the end of the day, they're fake. They're just fun little characters in a game. You see what I mean? Like, Doyle, runs all the way over and stuff, whatever. Whatever. Anyways. Allen and Garnett do a really good job at base of firing an MG, by the way, which they quite literally said is flankable or whatever. But yeah, this is annoying where you're basically fighting a truck, so that's fun. Also, we only have Doyle. I do start using Doyle for the assault again, and if you're wondering, oh, Greenman, why do you have Doyle assault when it's just Helm, but when Fire and Paddock are at low health, you have them assault? That's because it is... Sorry, my brain's melting. Okay, but that's because I just don't want to risk them dying, but if they're already dead, I might as well have Doyle be the assault. But if Doyle ever got low health, I would stop and have him, you know, try and have him part of the base fire team. But seeing as everyone's doing alright, I might as well have Doyle do his job, especially if I'm going with Doyle. But yeah. Oops. Speaking of hurt, I'm sorry, Doyle. Jesus. This video is almost 30 minutes long. Jesus. These missions are getting long. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, it's just Alan and Garnett and Doyle. Here, I get Big Boy. I move Doyle over here. Have Alan and Garnett keep that guy on fire. And yeah, just kind of one shot. Crap, I gotta do reading again. Okay, here we go. Subtitles are here in case you need them. Looks like you took out one of the A8s, the second one to hell before we could get it. The hell happened to you? I tripped. We need to get out of here. Okay. That is that episode. I'm sorry for this little jump. Sorry for that. Sorry. Editing troubles. Okay. Sorry for that. Thank you for watching. This has definitely been a interesting video with this whole broken microphone nonsense. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, maybe if you want, consider subscribing. If you want, up to you. I don't judge. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I will. Yeah. Bye.